Today we are taking a look at Mao Mao from the Apothecary Diaries. This is the Trio-Try-iT figure by FuRyu. The Apothecary Diaries is a mystery drama set around palace life, medicine, and the incidents that unfold behind elegant surroundings. Within that story, Mao Mao stands out as a sharp-eyed young woman with deep knowledge of medicine and poison, using careful observation and practical thinking to uncover what is hidden around her. She is not the type to simply follow the atmosphere around her, and that clear sense of intelligence is one of the reasons she leaves such a strong impression. Today's highlights for this figure are Mao Mao's makeup look, the pink and green dress with its layered structure, and the flowing motion created by the translucent bands and wide silhouette. The first highlight is the makeup look. The red accents around the eyes follow the upper eyelid area and overlap with the black eyelash lines, making the eyes stand out clearly within the face. The soft color on the cheeks and the small, open mouth support that expression and keep the overall look delicate rather than overly strong. The second highlight is the dress. The outfit is built mainly around pink and green, with the white section at the chest sitting inside those outer layers. The green trim, wide sleeves, waist bow, and the flower detail at the front gather toward the center and then spread outward into the skirt, creating a clear layered layout. The third highlight is the pose. The translucent bands curve around the body in large arcs, passing across the front, around the back, and returning outward again. Together with the spread sleeves, the wide skirt, and the flowing hair, those lines create a continuous sense of motion across the entire figure. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. The face first draws attention through the wide eyes, with layered purple tones placed inside them so the gaze naturally gathers toward the center. Along the upper eyelid area, a red accent spreads outward and overlaps with the black eyelash lines, creating a clear color boundary around the eyes. The small, open mouth sits in the center of the lower face, separated cleanly from the surrounding skin tone, so it works as a small but noticeable focal point. The nose does not project strongly from the front, and its position is shown through a gentle change in the surface between the eyes and the mouth. The cheeks have a soft color placed beneath the eyes, spreading outward from the center of the face and helping the expression feel light and composed. Moving from the face to the hair, the front bangs line the forehead with short separate sections, and each section is divided by vertical grooves. The top of the head is gathered into rounded hair bundles, with yellow ornaments wrapped around the tied areas as separate decorative pieces. A silver hairpin is inserted near the upper hair arrangement, extending outward from the rounded hair shape and adding a clear linear accent above the head. The hair flowing toward the back is gathered into thicker sections, and one trailing bundle is tied part-way with a red band before narrowing toward the tip. Another hair section falls near the cheek, passing in front of the side of the face, which makes the front hair and face feel clearly layered rather than blended into one flat surface. Around the neck, a thin necklace follows the skin, with a small flower-like decoration placed at the center. Several small hanging pieces extend downward from that central decoration, so the necklace is divided into the line around the neck and the separate details hanging below it. The chest area is white, and it sits inside the surrounding outfit layers rather than being part of the pink dress surface. Around that white section, green trim runs vertically and creates a clean border before the pink outer garment overlaps from the sides. This makes the upper body read as layered. The white center is set inside, the green border frames it, and the pink outer layer sits over the wider body area. The arms also help create movement in the upper half. One arm is raised near the face, with the hand positioned beside the eyes and forehead area, leaving a visible space between the hand and the face. The other hand is placed in front of the waist, with the fingers sculpted separately enough to show the hand forming a soft gesture. The sleeves are wide and open, with the pink outer area spreading broadly and the green inner layer visible along the inside edge. Over those sleeves and the body, the translucent band curves around the figure as a separate piece. It passes across the front, moves around the side and back, and returns into the overall silhouette, creating a wide arc outside the main outfit. Because the translucent band does not sit flat against the body, it adds a second flowing line around the upper body and makes the pose feel more open. At the waist, a thicker belt wraps around the body, and a narrower band overlaps it to create a clear layered separation. At the front, the large green bow gathers at the center, with two long ends hanging downward over the skirt. The center of the bow is rounded, and a red flower-like decoration sits on top of it as a separate detail. The hanging green ends have thickness and raised edges, so they read as pieces placed over the front of the dress instead of being painted directly onto the skirt surface. This gives the waist area a strong central point before the lower dress opens outward below it. The skirt is made from a large pink surface that spreads toward the hem and forms most of the lower silhouette. Under the pink outer layer, a white inner layer appears along the bottom edge, creating a visible step between the outer dress and the layer beneath it. The pink skirt surface has gentle vertical changes running from the waist toward the hem, which guide the eye downward without breaking the broad shape of the dress. Around the lower body, the translucent band continues from the upper area and curves outside the skirt in a large sweeping line. It follows the outer space around the dress rather than becoming part of the skirt itself, so the main dress and the floating band remain visually separate. Near the base, the feet are mostly contained within the lower outfit, with the connection to the circular base placed beneath the spread of the skirt. The lower half is built around the contrast between the centered bow, the wide pink dress, the white inner layer at the hem, and the translucent line moving around the outside. This figure is approximately 16 centimeters tall. That's about 6.3 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can. That's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, Mao Mao by FuRyu stands out because this figure brings together a decorative makeup look, a pink and green dress, layered ornaments, and flowing translucent bands that guide the eye around the whole piece. The face leaves a bright first impression. The wide purple eyes pull attention toward the center, while the red accents along the upper eyelids and the black eyelash lines make the eye area the clearest focal point. The small open mouth sits neatly below them, and the soft cheek color spreads outward, giving the expression a delicate and composed look. The hair then expands that presentation beyond the face. The bangs are divided into short sections across the forehead, the rounded tied hair sections sit above them, and the yellow ornaments wrap around those tied areas as separate decorative details. The silver hairpin adds a clear linear accent near the upper hair arrangement, while the longer hair sections flow toward the back and side, keeping the head from feeling closed in. The upper body works well because the white chest section, green trim, and pink outer garment are clearly separated into readable layers. The necklace adds a small focal point at the neck, with the flower-like center and hanging details placed over the skin. The raised hand near the face creates a connection between the expression and the pose, while the other hand in front of the waist brings attention back toward the center of the outfit. The wide sleeves open outward and the translucent band curves around the body as a separate piece, adding a large flowing line outside the main dress. The lower body continues that layered look through the waist and skirt. The thicker belt, narrower band, large green bow, and red flower detail gather at the front before the pink skirt spreads downward. The white inner layer at the hem creates a clear step beneath the pink outer layer so the bottom edge does not feel flat. The translucent band continues around the lower body and follows the outside of the skirt, adding motion without blending into the dress itself. What makes the figure especially effective is how the eye can move from the makeup and hair ornaments down to the necklace, the waist bow, the wide skirt, and then back around through the sweeping translucent bands. Because of that, fans of the Apothecary Diaries or Mao Mao will likely enjoy this piece very much. Collectors who like decorative makeup looks, colorful layered dresses, and figures with flowing silhouettes should find it a very satisfying addition. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.